What is up, guys? So today is Friday, May 29th, and this is the last trading day of the month. This is the end of week 7 for me, and give you a little overview of the week so far. I'm making a huge change over to the Dash Trader platform. I am tired of Sterling. I've had bad luck with it in the 7 weeks that I've been in it. So I've been having all these issues with the Sterling Trader Pro platform. It's been bugging me because every week I've had some issue. I've had issues where it just all closes like that out of nowhere. That's happened about 6 times in the past 5 weeks. That's one. I had another issue where for 2 days straight, two and a half, 3 days, I could not fulfill an order with my simulator account. So you have your real cash account and the simulator account, and those would not go through. So I have a notebook here. I was handwriting these trades in this journal. I would write down like the time, the price, my stop loss, and all that stuff in this journal because I could not get it to fill here. So I'm like, all right, I got to trade. So let me write them down. That was the second issue. Third issue, freezing charts. This is twice this week. I've had charts freeze on me. Let me show you what I mean. So I did rearrange the computer orientation. A little different. Pretty cool. I like it because I can have 4 charts just back to back to back to back. But charts are frozen. Right now it is 12:42, and the charts are froze at 11:55. And I think this was roughly the same time the last time it froze was around this time. But it'll show you the current price. It's way up here. Like, I don't know what happened to get up there, but it's up there, and fuck if I know what happened. But yeah, the charts are freezing on me, and that's the third problem I've had with Sterling Trader Pro. Keep in mind, I've only been in this sim for that many weeks. Barely 5, just over a month. And I want to try Dash Trader Pro to see what it's like. Yes, it's going to cost me a little more, but the benefits of Dash, after doing a lot of research on it, I have a lot more versatility and a lot more flexibility with the software itself, especially with hotkeys. Hopefully with that, I can develop a better system. So because of Memorial Day on the 25th, we did not have any trading that day, so this is only a 4-day week. And going over the details of the week, I am down 0.7% roughly, which is just under $40. My total P&L from my long trades is $15.50. The P&L for my short trades is minus $54. So doing better long this week than I am short. My biggest winner was $40, and that was on a long trade. My biggest loser was $42, and that was on a short trade. So real quick, let me walk you through some of the trades I took this week. Let's go to the screen, show you those. So they start on the 26th, which is right here. So here's my $40 win, $6 win, and then the rest were losses. So I noticed that I start my weeks out pretty good, and I just get really bad. I don't know. I think it's because the weekends I recoup, like energy, mentality, physically, and I'm sleeping fine. But whatever the case is, I got to fix it. So $40 mark. Let's check out the win. How'd I win here? So here I was doing I think this was an ABCD pattern that I was looking into, where I was getting in early, but I don't know what exactly. Yeah, because I was buying, I bought a few here, was buying some more as the higher lows accumulated, and it eventually started going off, and I sold. So I sold off here and here. So my portions could have been better, but it wasn't the cleanest setup, but I still managed to turn a profit on this one. So that was good. Biggest loss was on M. What did I do here? Oh, I didn't even document this one. Anything else that stood out to me? Oh my God, this one today. Oh, this was upsetting. So I called this one out as an ABCD. Here's my first entry with the higher low, small dabble. I was wrong. Okay. Well, now I started seeing this pretty visual higher lows, right? No red candles, but still, like, the point being, the green candles they're consolidating higher each couple minutes, right? Well, I bought in here for a good size, right? And I got tired of waiting. I went to the bathroom and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call it out because it didn't have the momentum at the time. Like, the volume was popping every now and then, but it wasn't. I saw these 3 big red candles and I'm like, or these big volume sticks, and I'm like, maybe it's going to fail. So I sold out right there. Well, earlier I had called it was going to go to 80s because there was resistance in the dailies to up to 80s, right? Or it didn't begin until 80s. Here it goes later in the day, not even like an hour, and bam, it jumped. So this would have been my biggest winner of all time had I stayed in. trading this week, I'm still waking up and I'm not feeling completely there. Like I'm waiting for my nap. I don't know what it is. I think I'm getting too much sleep. And like there's like a certain window people have where just the right amount of sleep is just the right mentality and alertness, right? I'm not there yet. I got to figure it out because it's killing me. It's really getting to me. So if you remember me telling you about my Friday last week, how I watched Ross Cameron trade instead of just trading myself, I've been watching him every morning during his watch lists. And for those 20 minutes, he's going over like the stocks he's selecting and he kind of gives away some of his key points. And I've been writing them down. So like every morning I'll listen to him speak and like I'll really take notes on like the things he says because it's important and it makes sense. But the way he trades, I just find it so intriguing. Like I want to learn how to do that. I know it's going to take time. Like that is a very difficult thing to do. So he trades with a couple thousands of shares. So anywhere from 1,000 to 4,000 or 5,000 shares, depending on the price of the stock. But he doesn't go any higher than that, at least from what I've noticed. I could be completely wrong, but from what I just saw in the past 5 days, he's been playing with like 1,000 to 3,000 shares. He has a strategy that he finds the dip trades, the gap and go trades, and the breakout trades. Anytime you can, or anything that'll give you some kind of insight that the stock is about to just jump up, that's what he trades. After looking at my like statistics and history of trading, it's weird because my second week of trading, I was long biased. I only did long trades. I was trading like the ABCD pattern and breakouts and momentum, right? Well, that was my best trading week. I was up 2.4% on the week, which, okay, granted isn't much, but the point is I was making better decisions then than I had been the past 4 weeks, 5 weeks. With that said, that like I'm better doing long, and recently how I've had more profitable long trades, and also learning more about the shorting market and how like it's very sometimes difficult to short stocks and how some brokers have difficulty finding you the shares to short and the extra costs associated with that. I'm going to try and mix it up where the majority of the time I'm just focusing on long, and I'll do a short trade if I find like the perfect setup. Having looked back at my stats and having observed Ross Cameron's technique, I'm going to try and learn his technique just through his morning watch lists and the things he says, the key takeaways and points, and I'm going to try it myself. I know it's not going to be easy, and it'll probably take me months to a year to even get relatively profitable on that. I won't stop doing my afternoon trades on the techniques that I already know and I'm getting better at, but I will add this to a completely separate, like, okay, in the morning, the first 20 minutes, I'm doing these trades and that's it. Anywhere after that, I'm focusing back on my game plan trades. It's the ones that I picked earlier and I have a game plan for. A lot of these morning trades that he does, that Ross Cameron does, are reactive trades. So you see why it's moving. You within a few minutes, you know the gist of it and you're in, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. So the more I think about it, I'm starting to realize what my risk reward is and how I think it's wrong. So I have 5,000 capital, right? Well, I'm only trading with a few hundred shares, which doesn't usually exceed worth $1,000 to $2,000 in my trading account, right? So there's $3,000 a day that I'm not even touching. You're not going to get anywhere without risk. Risk reward, right? You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Am I right? So with that said, I need to assess this in a whole different way. So I think what I'm going to do is try and trade with just half my capital each time and try to find these setups that Ross Cameron finds, but in a way that suits me, right? So I can put $2,500 into a stock that's, $4 a share and it bumps up 30, 40 cents. That's a big return, right? That's a couple $100 in some cases if it goes up even higher. But that's where I'd like to be, right? So my ideal situation is I'm trading in the mornings, first hour, and I'm playing I'll have like 40,000 in an account, and I'm only playing with like $5,000 to $6,000 cash. But because you're finding these skyrocketing trades, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're in until you see potential and it rises, and there you go. I'm like a huge fan of the wait for the afternoon setup. Is that it? Okay, you have 5,000. Let's put $1,200 worth in there. And I mean, yeah, it's controlled risk reward, but is the reward worth it? It depends on the person, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at, and that's what I'm trying to recondition myself to do. Now, when I have the new platform, I'll go through and do a completely revamp of my hotkeys, because right now I'm having issues with these hotkeys filling out on Sterling. I feel like you're kind of limited in Sterling, but keep in mind I don't know both platforms to the T yet, so there could be things that I'm just missing. So that is pretty much going to do it for week 7. A lot of big changes happening, different platform, different style of trading. I'm doing one in the morning that's completely different from my afternoon. Probably going to swing back to a long bias just because there's some complications with short. You could be a shorting god in a simulator, but you go to the real world and you're having issues getting some of these orders filled, and it's just you're not as good. But with long trades, you have less restrictions. So with all that said, I will see you guys next time. That concludes it for week 7. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all the good stuff, and stay with me on this journey because it's just beginning. we're only, gosh, not even a third of the way through the start of this, right? My trial. So stick with me, guys. I will see you guys next time. You guys have a good one. I'm Dylon Da Silva. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all new content every week. You guys have a good one.